Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankarācārya-madhyamām Asmadācārya-paryantāम् Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Virjam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Yeah. So chanting today was yeah, so let's do this. Let's start with this unabridged version which we did last time, Sarva Vyapriti Karanam Lingam Idam, right? That is our number 30 of abridged and around 100 of the unabridged, correct? Everybody got that? Yeah. So we'll start from there and continue chanting the unabridged original version. That's what we did last time. All right, everybody ready? Yeah. Sarva Vyapriti-karanam lingam.
Sarva Vyapriti-karanam lingam.
Idam syachidatmanah pumsaha.
Idam syachidatmanah pumsaha.
Vasyadikamiva takšnastena.
Vasyadikamiva takshastena.
Evatma bhavatya sangoyam.
Evatma bhavatya sangoyam.
Andhatva mandatva patutva dharmaha.
1 minute.
So you have to go to the unabridged version, original version of the Vivekachoodamani. Okay, that is why. Andhatva mandatva patutva dharmaha.
Andhatva mandatva patutva dharmaha.
Saugunya vaigunya vashadhi chakshushaha.
Saugunya vaigunya vashadhi chakshushaha.
Badhirya mukatva mukhastathaiva.
Badhirya mukatva mukhastataiva.
Shrotradi dharma natu veturatmanaha.
Shrotradi dharma natu veturatmanaha.
Uchvasa nishvasa vijrumbhana kshut.
Uchvasha nishvasha vijrumbhana kshut.
Prasyandanadyutkramanadikah kriyaha.
Prasyandhanadhrudyakramanadhikah kriyaha.
Pranadikarmani vadanti tajñaha.
Pranadikarmani vadanti tajñaha.
Pranadharma vashana pipase.
Pralasya dharma vashana pipase.
Antahkarameteshu chakshuhu.
Antahkarameteshu chakshuhu.
So we have to change the tune here. antःकरणमेतेषु
अन्तःकरणमेतेषु
चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि
चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि
अहमित्यभिमानेन
अहमित्यभिमानेन
तिष्ठत्याभासतेजसा
तिष्ठत्याभासतेजसा
अहङ्कारः सविज्ञेयः
अहङ्कारः स विज्ञेयः विज्ञेयः
कर्ता भोक्ताभिमान्ययम्
कर्ता भोक्ताभिमान्ययम्
सत्त्वादिगुणयोगेन
सत्त्वादिगुणयोगेन
चावस्थात्रयमश्नुते
चावस्थात्रयमश्नुते
विषयाणामनुकूल्ये विषयाणामनुकू सुखी दुःखी विपर्या विषयाणामानुकूल्ये
विषयाणामानुकूल्ये
सुखी दुःखी विपर्यये
सुखी दुःखी विपर्यये
सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः
सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः
सदानन्दस्य नात्मनः
तदानन्दस्य नात्मनः
आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान्
आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान्
विषयो न स्वतः प्रियः
जयो न स्वतः प्रियः
स्वत एव हि सर्वेषाम्
स्वत एव हि सर्वेषाम्
आत्मा प्रियतमो यतः
आत्मा प्रियतमो यतः
तत आत्मा सदानन्दः
तत आत्मा सदानन्दः
नास्य दुःखं कदाचन
नास्य दुःखं कदाचन
okay so we will till here we did in the last class. Okay, so hope all of you had the time to reshuffle all your notes and textbooks and all the papers and sheets that are lying in front of you, assuming you have all these things with you. So because these are classes, all of you busy people, on top of that morning Shankarananda, this next evening Sadatmananda, and then like this so many Anandas you're attending, and then some suddenly Jayakumarji's class is coming in between. So I can appreciate why there's a lot of, it's good. That's a good life, in fact. So just a recap, right? So students' question, Kaha Asau Anatma, is being answered. Students' questions are now just being answered after the student heard some introduction. Some introduction to Vedanta was given. Some introduction. An important shloka we studied a few weeks ago. Ajnana yogat paramatmanastava hyanatma bandhas tatayeva samsritihi. So that idea of ajnanam was introduced. And samsara is a result of ajnanam. Everybody wants a solution to this samsara. Permanent solution, not simply solution and all. Not some tell me how to manage life. Manage life, all of us are managing life. You don't need another acharya to come and tell us how to manage life. So all good books are available. These days, very good books are available out there in the bookstore. And any of them, if you follow properly, you will be learning to manage life properly. Like prioritize things that we have. So many things to do and getting lost in so many things. And you have to say, no, this is not for me. That's not for me. That's not for me. I'll keep it for later. I love it, but it's not for me now. Like that, prioritizing. All this is there. This is all management. Vedanta, when you come, we're talking about thorough analysis of what exactly we're going through, and then looking for a permanent solution. Okay, which is what all religions also offer. They offer permanent solution only. And so here, being Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava. Tava. The diagnosis of the problem is done. That's a beauty. That's what I love about Vedanta, especially Swamiji's teaching. First, tell me what the problem is. Then I will begin to appreciate the solution. And so that is the approach Bhagavan Bhashikara takes in Vivekachoodamani also. Being a longer text, there's a lot of room for unfolding all the subtle points also. So there he said, there means where that will be in the abridged version. Yeah, number 24 in the abridged version. Ajnana Yoga. Paramatmanastava Jnanatma Bandhas Tata Eva Samsritihi. You just circle the shloka because it tells you what the problem is and it tells you what the solution is also. Ajnana Yogat, because of ignorance, Mula Vidya, it's called, technical word, correct? Because of I don't know what is what. When I don't know what is what, then I am forced to assume something. And I will assume something based on what everybody else has assumed also. And if that upbringing is not there, I will be shy of, I won't have the courage to say things that others don't talk about. Correct? I will just toe the line, everybody's line, because that is safe. That gives me a lot of safety. And it's for a child, safety is so important, primary. And so I become like that. I become like everybody else. Somebody was writing a book, and he's a good scholar. He knows a lot, and he wanted me to review about some number of pages, some 7-8 pages he had written about Vedanta in that book about music. And so I reviewed it. 7-8 pages of Vedanta I can easily review, not a problem. And he was quoting, he was quoting great Vedanta, the tradition that has come to us and all. And is and also in our times, like Ramana Maharshi, like that he quotes. And he stops with that. And I said, you are a student of Swami Dayananda. Okay. You are a great, you know a lot. Don't be shy. You quote Ramana Maharshi, quote Chinmayananda, quote Dayananda. What is wrong? You quote. He is your teacher. He is the greatest servant of our time. You've seen him with your own eyes. Then he changes. He accepted my suggestion. Why? Because our mind is like that. It's not a complaint. It's how it is. That's how things are. So that's why you need people who can push us, who can challenge us, and who can think differently. And then we get some courage from them. So I got a lot of courage from Swamiji and all the good friends I had, all of us have, right? So here, Ajnana Yoga, Paramatmanastava. Oh my God, look at that. Mahavakyam is right there. Because of that Ajnanam, not knowing what is what. First of all, I don't know what is apple from orange, I don't know. That also I have to learn. Then Mula Vidya is there waiting. And who am I? Not known at all. Who am I? Not known. Then who am I? The answer is given by Shankaracharya in that first quarter itself. Paramatmanastava. Hey, you whose real nature is that of Paramatma. You don't know that you are Paramatma. Like that, right there in the diagnosis of the problem itself, the solution is hinted. Hinted. So, Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava Kyanatma Bandhastata Eva Samsritihi. Because I don't know who I am, I don't know what the real nature of the Jagat is. Everything I take as real. Everything I use in my daily life is absolutely real. And now my survival depends on all those things. That is a fact, no doubt. But now I assume that everything is absolutely real and my life is as good as everything else's life. As temporary as Anatma is, I am also temporary. Because the body is temporary. And so I refuse to listen to all the songs, classical music songs and all, which talks about moksha, which talks about this Atma as Paramatma. All that I give up all that because I'm on WhatsApp all day. And so where is the time for listening to classical music and all that? And so Hyanatma bandhas tata eva samsritihi. Samsara, that's it, deeply entrenched. Now the question is what I have to study, which college I have to go, and then which job I have to get, which city I have to live, and where to settle, marriage, children. And then children's, that's it. My life is gone. Now children has come. Now when children come, then my life has stopped. Now the focus is on children, rightly so. But that goes on. That's it. Anat tatayeva samsritihi means samsaraha. Then solution. Um, solution. I'm trying to recall the sloka. Tatayeva samsritihi tayor vivekodita bodhavannihi. Correct? Vannihi, Vivekodita Bodha Vannihi, because some Viveka is there. Hey, there is something called Anatma. Shastram is talking about it. It is there in all the songs also. And go after Atma, go after Atma. They keep on saying, then Viveka is there. Then Tayor Vivekodita. That Viveka is the trigger for this Jnanam that will come later. Bodhita Vannihi, the fire of knowledge, like that Shankara is saying. What will that knowledge do? It will tell me who I am. It will tell me the real nature of Atma, real nature of the universe, real nature of Ishvara, Bhagavan. Initially, I thought Bhagavan was separate from me. Then I understand that this Bhagavan is very important for me, but and not separate from me also. Tayor vivekodita bodhavannihi ajnana karyam pradahet samulam. That ajnana karyam, that is the effect of ignorance. Look at our Advaita language. Effect of ignorance. Ignorance being the cause. Every cause has to have an effect. And what is the effect? Effect is samsara. Means this so-called bondage, so-called life. Grind. They use all these words. Grind. Grind. I don't know what is grind. Grind means, are you getting ground or you are grounding others? That is the question I have. Okay, this grind. So this grind. Pradahet samulam. It is just removed completely. Removed completely means no longer bound. The sense of bondage is gone. Jagat will not go away. Stomach will still be hungry. It still needs nutritious food. All that need will be there. No need will go away. But that bondage, sense of bondage is what? Why does a person get depressed? It is just a sense. I am useless. Nothing is working out for me. And people don't respect me, and I keep thinking about it day after day and hour after hour and minute after hour. Gone. Depressed. Depression. That's it. And then you just can't come out of it. And so it is just sense. Look at that, how important the mind is. And just one thought is enough for us to either get depressed or for us to say, my God, this is a different thing altogether. That he mentioned in that shloka number this what did I say? 24 did I say?
24.
47 and
24.
unbridged.
Correct. 47, 24. Let's say it 47, 24. Correct. Okay. From that, then the entire Vivekachoodamani is an expansion of this. It is now Shankaracharya's responsibility to explain everything. And then student asks the question. Why student asks the question? Because this is too loaded, my God. And you've said a lot of things, and it's interesting. But interest is not enough. I have to understand what you're saying. And so, then ko nama bandaha, katamesha agataha. All those 7 questions the student asked in shloka number 25, 51, 25 in my book. 25 in the abridged version. Ko nama bandha. These things worth remembering. Ko nama bandaha, kathamesha agataha, katham pratistasya, katham vimokshaha. Ko sau anatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekah katham etad uchyatam. Clean question. Katham etad uchyatam. May this be told to me. May this be taught to me. All right. There now Bhagavan Bhashikara, using a very standard approach, is now talking about kaha asau anatma. What is anatma? First tell me. Because that is easier. You always go from what you know. You have to go from what the student knows to what the student does not know. First, teach numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, counting, then greater than, less than, all that you teach. Then you go to addition. Addition. Then you get used to addition, make them do all the homeworks, then you do subtraction. Then they will use the knowledge of addition to understand subtraction. Then another leap, abba, multiplication. Multiplication. So that is all. That is how incremental it is. So here also it is the same way. And you are talking about Atma, Paramatma, identity, and all you are talking is too much. And so let's talk about Anatma first. Anatma means not me. If you want to literally translate, not me. What is not me? A teacher doesn't have to say tree is not you, house is not you, these windows are not you, that moon that is shining there, not you. No need to say all this. Therefore, it starts right away with Stula Shariram, Kahavsavanatma. Panchikritebhyaha bhutebhyaha, we saw in number 27. Correct? Then Vagadi Pancha, Shravanadi Pancha, Sukshma Shariram was talked about. And last class, we were still at Sukshma Shariram only. So all this pranaha, jnanendriyani, sense organs, this one, karmendriyani, the organs of action, all subtle. That's what we were talking about in the last class. Now, I reviewed all this because there are 1 or 2 new people in class. So for their benefit, I reviewed all this. Otherwise, I would not have said so much. So we completed until Atmarthatvena. 106 in my book. In your book, it might be 107, 108. Atmarthatvena. That is how the shloka starts. Hi preyan vishayaha na swatah priyaha. Very important shloka. We quoted Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the dialogue between Maitreyi and Yajnavalkya. And Yajnavalkya gives an introduction to Maitreyi, saying that, hey, you don't love anything for the sake of that thing. You love that thing because that thing pleases you. That is the message of the shloka. Atmarthatvena hi preyan vishaya. Okay, this is a revelation. Why it's a revelation? Because I thought all along so many things are making me happy. So many people in my life are making me happy. Initially, it's all very important. We need people to make us happy. We need that's because that security is required. Only then emotional growth can happen. Otherwise, emotional growth will be stunted. And so we need all the setup. It's all a setup only, by the way. It is only a setup. It sets me up, so to speak. It sets me up. But now I have to grow out of this setup. The setup is not final. I'm blessed to have a good family. I'm blessed to have everything I have today, without which this kind of conversation is not possible, without which nothing, the life would be just too dry and a waste. Good. Now set up. And now Yajnavalkya was telling Maitreyi, okay, great. Now pick up all the things that are dear to you in your life. Starting from your kingdom alone, your husband, this, that, list everything. Your people. People are also dear to you, you know. And then finally he says, he gives a shock treatment. He says, you really don't love your husband for the sake of the husband. You love your husband because the husband pleases you. You are committed to yourself only. That is what he says. So really speaking, everybody is quote unquote selfish. I don't want to use the word selfish. Quote unquote selfish, I'm saying, means I'm committed to myself. Why does a person is so charitable? Hey, he's not committed to the charity, makes the person happy. That's it. Good. It's an excellent, it's very noble, no doubt. But still, commitment is to oneself. All right. That was what was talked about in this Atmarthatvena hi preyan vishayaha na swatah priyaha. Hey, this vishayas, all these things, swataha priyaha. There is no ananda in any of the things. Ananda is not a property. Swataha priyaha nasti vishayaha. Swataha, by itself. Then swata eva hi sarvesham atma priyatamo eta. So therefore, then what is there? Where is this ananda coming from? Hey, this is you. This is where atma comes. Anatma cannot have ananda. Atma is you. Okay, I, swataha eva. By itself, it is anandaha. It is ananda swarupaha. That's what sadanandaha. Nasya dukkham kadachana. This is what we saw in the last class. Correct? Important shloka. Therefore, I wanted to review this once again. Now, let's go to the next shloka. Okay, which is in that unabridged version only, original version. Yat sushuptau, we are going to chant now. Okay, whoever is next? Prashanti Kumar.
It's my turn.
Yeah, Stravana, yeah, good. Yat sushuptau nirvishaye, sorry, yat sushuptau nirvishayaha.
Yat sushuptau nirvishayah
Atmanando nubhuyate.
atmanando nubhuyate.
Shrutif pratyakshamaityam.
Shruti pratyakshamaityam
Anumanam cha jagrati.
anumanam cha jagrati.
Once again. Yat sushuptau nirvishayaha.
Yat purushaptau nirvishayah
Atmanando nubhuyate.
atmanando nubhuyate.
Shrutif pratyakshamaityam.
Shruti pratyakshamaityam
Anumanam cha jagrati.
anumanam cha jagrati.
Yeah. So you may wonder, what is this unabridged version, abridged version, and this and that? So, because I thought I wanted to teach the abridged version. 520 slokas already. Bhagavad Gita, we are just coming out of it, 700 and so many plus slokas, and it's taken 5 years or 6 years for us to finish.
580.
580. Okay. So, and I thought, really, and when we have a nice book by Swamiji, it says 108 shlokas, why don't we just follow that? And I never studied these shlokas, really. I have studied the 108 shlokas in the ashram. But when I saw all these things, it said, I have to share this with you. And so I couldn't resist it. Then I spoke to Swamiji about all this. I said, Swamiji, these other shlokas are so beautiful. Swamiji said, yeah, you just, whatever you want to say it. That's what he gave me a clean green signal he gave me. So I felt good about that. He validated my idea. So anyway, so that's why Yat Sushuptau Nirvishaye, now we are looking at. Again, Sushupti. Now he is talking about the same Ananda topic is being continued in this shloka also. And so Priyaha, that idea is there. Priyaha. So Priyaha means now, he's now saying, look at your deep sleep. Just analyze your deep sleep state. That's what he's saying. Sushuptau means in Sushupti Avastha. Sushupti Avasthayam. Okay. Do you feel happy about the good sleep you had? Does sleep make anybody sad? So far, nobody has said, I feel sad if I go to sleep. Like that, I have not heard anybody. I feel sad if I go to bed, but I don't get to sleep, I feel sad. That I can understand. That's why people take medicines, okay? Because that sleep is so important. That few hours of sleep is so critical for us, okay? And so he says, you got Ananda, right? But just now you said one shloka ago, you said Ananda comes to me from so many things around me. My house gives me Ananda. My job gives me Ananda. I'm able to earn a living. That gives me Ananda. I'm able to live with a family and protect a family. That gives me Ananda. My children give me Ananda. My children are studying well also. Oh my God, that is good. That is added ananda to me. The community I live in is good. That also gives me ananda. Abba, my ananda, if you break it apart, a big list of things that are giving me all this ananda. And then Shankara is saying, wait, just wait a minute. All right, let's analyze. You just said even in deep sleep you are getting ananda, you said? Yes? Yeah. If that's so, in deep sleep, which children are giving you ananda? Which spouse is giving you ananda? Which house that doesn't exist gives you ananda? There is nothing that you are aware of in deep sleep. Sushuptau. You are aware of nothing. Shastram also says the king and the beggar are identical in deep sleep. Why identical? Because nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows. I am so much so and so. I have all these degrees and my pedigree. My great grandfather was a big musician, and nothing is there. We are all from the Gandhi family. I don't know. Gandhi family means whether to be proud or not, I don't know. But some like this, we have these ideas. No idea is there in deep sleep. Absolutely no idea is there. And so Shushupto, that's what he's saying. Nirvishayaha. Nirvishayaha. There is no Vishaya at all in deep sleep. To say mine, this, me, mine, and all doesn't exist in deep sleep. But still, I want to go to sleep every night. I'm tired, I want to go to sleep is all right. But even if you're not tired, you do go to sleep. Okay. And so, Nirvishayaha means what? There is no. Swamiji gives Shingeri Swamiji's commentary. Shabda Gandhadi Sakala Vishaya Sambandha Nirmuktaha. Nirmuktaha. Muktaha. This fellow is a Muktaha. Muktaha means free from. Free from. Free from what? Shabda Gandhadi. All the objects which are sources of all this. Shabda means sound, So all objects pretty much. Gandhadi Sakala Vishaya. All objects. Subtle objects like thoughts also. Even you can think of my past days, childhood days. That also is Sakala Vishaya included. It created a memory and I have good memories of my past. Okay, that also Sakala Vishaya. Sambandha Nirmuktaha. There is no connection at all to any of the things that I claim about, that I praise, that I talk highly about in my Jagrada Avastha. Nothing exists in Sushupti because Nirvishayaha. Okay. Atmanandaha anubhuyate. Okay. Atmanandaha anubhuyate. What is this joy that you're experiencing? Which all the people gave you. And those people, see, you people gave you means the memory of the person must be there. The idea, the identity with the person must be there. Otherwise, joy will not come. Will not be there. But in Sushupti, all the joy is there. Shankaracharya is saying, Atmanandaha anubhuyate. That ananda is experienced, anubhuyate. And what ananda is experienced? Atmanandaha anubhuyate. It has to be from Atma only. Get it into your head. When no object is there, nirvishayaha, and still if you are happy, I have to change my conclusion that all the ananda I'm experiencing in the waking world is coming from outside. Then why do I feel like that in waking state? Okay, ajnanam is there. It is exactly like you were sitting in the train and you were having train was at the station and you were having some tea and then you're casually looking outside. Suddenly the station is moving and you said, oh my God. Then you realize, no, station can't move. It has to be the train, and the train has started to move. We can make mistakes. We can make mistakes. Even today we say sun is rising. Sun is rising. Sun doesn't rise at all, poor thing. And poor sun, I think all mistakes committed on the sun. So like that, mistakes are possible. Mistakes are always possible. And this is the Moola Vidya, it is said. Means the mistake of the mother of all mistakes, you can say. And so, therefore, what is that mistake here? hey, even though Ananda is I am the source of Ananda, because that person triggers the Ananda in me. Triggers the Ananda in me. I think that person is the source of joy. That person is a nimittam for the joy to express itself. This joy that is very much there here is expressing itself. Then what happened before that person triggered the joy? Hey, it is like the cloud that is covering the sun. Cloud doesn't create sunshine. Cloud is blocking the sunshine. And once it moves away, the sun is shining. The sun was not lost when the cloud was covering the sun. Neither is the cloud the source of light. So all these mistakes we make. So Atmanandaha Anubhuyate. Then he's saying some things. Look at this. Shrutihi Pratyaksham Aitihyam Anumanam Cha Jagrati. Okay, you are telling me this. You are reasonable when you say this, but what's the proof? What is the pramanam? First question in our in the thing is pramanam. We have to ask. Somebody says something. See, somebody sent WhatsApp messages. Some people send. I'll read it, and then it says something about this. The Gandhi family did this and did that and this thing and something. It appears like a news. Then I tell him, is it published anywhere? I mean, send me the link to that article. I want to read it. It's interesting information. I ask because pramanam is required. Because WhatsApp, everything can be fake. And that too with ChatGPT and WhatsApp, you can create a very, very fascinating message, very gripping message you can write. And people will keep on forwarding. And we get lost in fake messages. And so here also, what is the pramanam for what you're saying? Atmanandaha anubhuyate. And so Shankara Acharya is saying, Shruti, hey, Shruti is the pramanam for us. We don't talk out of the blue and all. Shruti is a pramana. And okay. Vaktavya Nidyaha Shruti iti. Yeah. Kohyevanyat kaf pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat yesha kyevananda yati. Some of you are learning Taittiriya Upanishad. You'll recognize this. Taittiriya Upanishad, if you want actually the number 2.7.1. Just keep that. You don't have to write anything down. Kohyevanyat kaf pranyat. Hey, breath. The person is taking a breath, is breathing. You know why he's breathing? This Upanishad says, you know why he's breathing? He's breathing because there is a hope. There is a hope. Kohyevanyat kaf pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat. Hey, there is a hope that the next moment I can be happy, or the next minute I can be happy, or the next hour I can be happy, or if life is still tough, next tomorrow I can be happy, or this too shall pass. Some this Shani Dasha is happening, so at least after 2 years I'll be happy. And because it's the 5th year running, that hope is there. Yadesha Akasha Anando Nasyat means what? Akasha here refers to mind. The space in the mind, this joy. I want to experience joy. It's eluding me now somehow, but I have a hope that I will be happy. Okay. Yesha Kevananda Yati. But then Shastram says, hey, that is fine, but that Ananda is right here. I better change the way I think. I have to, a revolution has to occur here. Yesha Kevananda Yati. Hey, this Atma, Eshaha, this alone makes everything happy. Means this alone is a source of Ananda. Like that, Taittiriya Upanishad is saying, cryptically saying all these things. And so that breath, the next breath, I don't want to give up my breath. Why? Because joy is there. I am hopeful. I'm very hopeful I'll be happy if I'm not happy now. So, Shrutihi, like this, every statements are there all over. Shrutihi. Then Pratyaksham and Anumanam. Bring the Anumanam and Pratyaksham together. Pratyaksham, hey, you know very well. Your simple analysis can tell you all these things. You don't need, this is not difficult. Just because it is coming from Shruti doesn't mean it's all difficult and all that. No, it is not difficult. It is secret. It is Gudham because Paranchikani Vetrinat Swayambhuhu we saw in Kathopanishad, because our senses are all outward facing and we are all just hunting for experience. I have to take a moment to come back and analyze the experiences. Who is the experience for? What is the meaning of experience? Is there any end to the experience hunting? Is happiness really coming from all the things I possess, or is I am missing something? All this. How come there are people who have given up all this and putting kashaya vastra and sitting there and still happy? How come people go to them and get joy? These questions I have to ask. Shrutihi, Pratyaksham, it is there in front of me. Anumanam, reasoning. I have the ability to reason. That also has been given to me. People talk about it. I know, I've been listening to things. Listening to what things? Aitihyam. Look at that word, Aitihyam. Aitihyam. Itihasa Janyam is Aitihyam. Itihasa means history. Itihasa. History means the people who have gone before me have been telling me these things. They have written it all down. And it is there in the form of songs and Bhakti Geet and all. Payo ji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. Kya payo? What is Meera saying? I have gained this jewel, Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. This great wealth I have gained, she says. Ramavatara is gone. Then Krishna comes. Krishna comes, did some magic, and he taught Bhagavad Gita and everything, and a hunter killed him, and Krishna is gone. Now she says, Payo ji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. What did she get? He said, oh my God, I missed out big time. Big time I missed out. I've been looking for him all over. Him. Because now Atma is him, Bhakti. You have to put a face there. So I've been looking for you all along. Now I figured it out. I got it. You are there everywhere. Where are you not? Every leaf is shaking because of you. And you are in me also. That's it. Payo ji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. Kurai Ondrumillai Marai Murti Kanna. On and on, every language. Kurai Ondrumillai. Kanna means Krishna. I don't have any complaints at all. Over. Kurai Ondrumillai. That means all my desires, complaints are all dried up. Now it's not there at all. Marai Murti Kanna. You are the embodiment of knowledge. Marai. கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாமல் நிற்கின்றாய் Keshava Kanna means you are there, but even though I can't see you, you are very much there. How you are very much there if even though I cannot see you? Seeing is believing, they say. Seeing is believing, correct? But here Rajaji is saying that no, you are there. Even I don't see you in a particular form. You are the formless. That is the essence of everything I see. And that I want to see as Krishna. And when I see Krishna, you with a flute and with a peacock, this thing, a feather on your head, that's it. I want to see that because you are that. You are the one who taught me all this, and I want to worship you. I want to continue worshiping you in that form. Because for worship, form is needed. Like this, every language songs are there. Nobody.
Nandalala. Paradi.
Every this ama. songs is there. Every language, regional language. No Indian can live in India and say, I don't know these things. Not possible. That is why they say, those days at least, don't go abroad. Those days they used to say. Why don't go abroad? Because when the person goes abroad and then has children, that children will have aitihyam becomes empty. Aitihyam is not there in their life. If aitihyam is not there in their life, then what happens? Shruti will be difficult, not accessible. For us, Shruti is accessible because we know all Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything is known, and it's now a matter of time before I figure out things. Correct? And so, aitihyam, be careful, they say. That's why we build enclaves, our Hindu enclaves in America and Germany and all these places. Why? Because we need that. Aitihyam is needed. Otherwise, the child will be lost. Child may be accomplished, but lost, spiritually lost. That our acharyas don't want to happen to us. They will never. They want all of us to move on from religion to spirituality. So, aitihyam, what a word Shankaracharya uses. Aitihyam, itihasa janyam. Okay. Pratyaksham, anumanam cha.
தமிழ்ல கூட ஐதீகம்னு ஒரு வார்த்தை இருக்கு.
Aidiham. Okay, same. Aidiham, correct. In Tamil. Aitihyam has become Aidiham in Tamil. Cha Jagrati. Jagrati. In waking state, there is enough evidence in front of me through Pratyaksham, Anumanam, Shruti, and Aitihyam. Enough evidence is staring at me. I've just not bothered to look at them. That is what Shankara is saying in this shloka. Beautiful, is it not? How loaded it is. Every word is so loaded. I mean, we can go on and on like this. And so Sushupti he brings. Sushupti. If you need so many things for your happiness, then you must be sad when you're sleeping. Because you're missing so many things. So many things are not there. No, I don't miss anything and I am happy. That's a proof. That's a very big data point Shankaracharya is saying. Keep that in mind. So we will not translate this. We are only translating the 108 shlokas. So we'll go to the next shloka. All right.
So Guruji, before we move on, what is this shloka finally saying? In Sushupti, the Atma is you experience joy, which is there from Atma because there are no Vishaya. But in Jagrat Avastha,
No. Jagriti is contrasted from Sushupti only to say that in life, don't take it as Jagrat Avastha. In life, you have Shruti. You have Anumanam, Pratyaksham, you have your Anumanam, your ability to reason, it's all given to you. And Aitihyam is all there. And so that is the proof, the pramanam for you, for saying that Atma, Atmanandaha, Sadanandaha iti. Sushupti, that Sadananda is what causes the joy in Sushupti Avastha, which is validated by Shruti, etc. Okay. That's all. Don't take Jagrati beyond that.
Fine. Right. So okay. So you can satisfy your own inquiry by Shruti, by Pratyaksham, as well as by historical records.
Correct. That is better. Put a full stop there. Yeah. All right. Next shloka. Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shaktihi.
Sridhar ji.
Avyaktanamani Paramesha Shaktihi.
Yeah. Avyaktanamni.
Avyaktanamni
Paramesha Shaktihi.
Paramesha Shaktihi.
Anadya Vidya.
Anadya Vidya.
Trigunaatmika para.
Trigunaatmika para.
Karyanumeya.
Aryanumeya. Di.
Sudhiyaiva maya.
Sudiyaiva maya.
Yaya jagat sarvam.
Yaya dagat sarvam.
Idam prasuyate.
Idam prasuyate.
Once again. Avyaktanamni paramesha shaktihi.
Avyaktanamni paramesha shaktihi.
Anadya vidya trigunatmika para.
Anadya vidya trigunatmika para.
Karyanumeya sudhiyaiva maya.
Karyanumeya sudiyaiva maya.
Yaya jagat sarvamidam prasuyate.
Yaya jagat sarvamidam prasuyate.
Yeah. So now Shankaracharya is changing gears, as they say. Sthula Shariram talked about, Sukshma Shariram talked about. Now he is beginning to talk about something called Karana Shariram. Okay. Sthulam, gross. Gross is the easiest to understand. Children are taught all these things. So all gross objects are all there. All this apple and house and tree and all they talk. Then slowly come to the body. Slowly, it takes some time because for self-awareness must be there for the body. Then body talked about, then eyes, nose, mouth, like this they learn. Then slowly anatomy. Then lungs, heart, all that will slowly come. Gross, everything gross only. Heart not visible also. Nobody has seen heart. Okay. Nobody has seen heart. So, but you have to, you end up understanding what the heart is. So anatomy, everything is gross. Tissue, blood, gross, gross, gross. Then, okay, then slowly subtle aspects. A child has to grow up somewhat. Okay, middle school, high school, and that area, that psychology becomes important for the children. So their emotions, they're able to understand now. They have aspirations. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to serve society in this manner. I want to join the army. All these things start coming when they're teenagers. And so that's that they begin to appreciate friendship, and friendship is appreciated, but that importance of all these things is recognized. Subtle, more and more subtle it becomes. They appreciate the subtlety of that is there in that life. Happiness, sorrow, all that they understand. Now, some background I have to give. Some background before we get into the shloka. What is the background? See, creation is there. A lot of things are created. At home also, we constantly create stuff every day. Kitchen is basically a manufacturing entity. There, everything gets manufactured. Food is manufactured. Okay, every day food is required. Food is made, but in order to make the food, you need raw material. Raw material must be there, which you have a storehouse called refrigerator, and some other dry things are there in the kitchen. So then based on that, you mix and match, and then you do some mixing, grinding and all, and then you make some dishes. Dishes come out. It seems pretty clear. Pretty clear. What is clear? That in order to produce something, you need some raw material. You need some tangible raw material. You can't say, I made sambar out of nothing. Nobody will accept it. They will just look at you like this. Maximum, because they are your friends, you know, and they will wait for you to say something. No, I said I made sambar out of nothing. I just did like this, and then sambar came. I learned it from some gurus. This Siddha, I have this particular. That they might be able to believe. Okay, this is all magic, area of magic which I don't understand, and you are saying, and so I can't argue with all this. But if you want something reasonable, then this I made something sambar out of nothing is not an acceptable state. You're talking about some other area, but otherwise not acceptable. That is why science flourishes. Science flourishes because they know this very well. There has to be a cause for something. And that cause, discovering the cause. What caused these symptoms? If it is not a cold virus, if it is not some other thing, then what is causing this thing? Cold, it's not cold virus, it is not influenza virus, then it is not this, not that, means what? That what caused it? It's a new thing that has come about. It's a new strain of influenza, like that they might say. So they have the newer and newer vaccines every year they are getting. Why? Because they are watching the bacteria mutate, and so they know this guy is now like this, and so this will create a different type of flu which the previous vaccine will not work. So they are constantly finding the cause, newer and newer causes. So science flourishes because they know very well every effect must have a cause. I may not know what the cause is, but I am dead certain that there is a cause, which I can figure out using my anumanam, pratyaksham and anumanam, I can figure out. And all the knowledge that's out there, I can use all the knowledge and figure it out. It seems straightforward. And we are going to apply the same thing for this, our life also. Our life also means this Jagrad Avastha is there, then Swapna Avastha is there, and then Sushupti Avastha is there. Jagrad, Sthula Shariram is active, and Swapna Avastha, the mind is very active. Sukshma Shariram is active. Mind aspect of Sukshma Shariram is active. Sushupti, everything is gone flat. Nothing is there. Blankness, total blankness. Nothing is there when you say. Then when I wake up, I remember everything back exactly like I was when I slept, when I went to sleep. How? When nothing is there, how I could get back all my memory and all? No, it is all there. Hey, wait a minute. It is all there. Where is it? Where is it? No, it was just inactive. It was inactive. Latent. Potential. Shastram does not ignore that. That is it is very important for the Shastram, for us to tell the Shastram, yeah, acknowledge that it is potential. It is there. It is potential like a seed. Like a seed, it is there. Without that seed, no tree can come, no experience can come. Okay? Not possible. And so that Sushuptau, that Karana Shariram. Yeah, Sridharji, you can go ahead and mute yourself. Okay? It's not possible. That is what Shastram is saying. And so it is very critical that Karana Shariram is coming into play. Karana Shariram is what? It is like gross Stula Shariram. Okay, that is a type of Shariram. Sukshma Shariram is the name given by the Shastram for all the subtle aspects of the body. Okay. Venkatji, go ahead and mute yourself. And then there is Karana Shariram. Okay. Correct? And so this cause, because it is critical, in this Atma Vidya, self-knowledge, everything will come. World knowledge also will come into self-knowledge. Self and the world get connected. Because finally Atma, Paramatma together. Jiveshwara, Aikmam also is going to come. So analysis of the self will end up with the analysis of the world, or analysis of the world will end up with the analysis of the self. So therefore, this is beautiful. And so this, it seems easy for us to say there must be a cause for every effect. But you know what? There are darshanas called Nyaya and Vaisheshika darshanas, which say that the world has come out of nothing. What about Bauddha? Shunyavadis also say that you are void. The essence of the universe is void. That means what? From the void, everything has come about. Very deeply entrenched idea is there. You may think it's very obvious. There may, for every effect, there must be a cause, and the cause must be existent. Existent cause, not a non-existent cause. Okay, please understand. Cause is there, but I'm talking about an existent cause, an existing entity. Nyaya and Vaisheshika don't talk like that. They say no, it's non-existent entity only has given all this existence. Like that they talk. Therefore, I am now remembering that song from Sound of Music, 1965. That I said in, I don't know which class I said it, but nothing ever comes from nothing. Nothing ever could. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. I think I got the words mostly right. Okay. So good childhood and then could, something like that it comes. Because she's somebody, a man has found her attractive and she said, like, I can't believe my eyes and ears, like that. So she's singing this song. He knows this, nothing ever comes from nothing. All our religions are talking, saying that God created this world out of nothing. How can anybody accept this statement? Not possible. So this nothing comes, I mean, the world came from nothing is called Asatkaryavada. If you're interested in technical terms, now is a good time for me to mention it. And nothing ever comes from nothing, if you say, that is called Satkaryavada. Means every effect must have an existent cause. That existent cause, Satkaryavada, means Satam or Sataha Karyam. From existing thing only, a product has to come. Asat means from non-existent, a product has come. This is all this. If you ever have seen all the Satkaryavada, Asatkaryavada, that is what this means. Satkaryavada means what? Only from an existing thing, a product has to come. Asatkaryavada means even a non-existent thing can give rise to something existent. This is all technical words, by the way. Okay? And so, this is the Vedanta. Swamiji uses the word Vedic cosmology. Cosmology. Okay, if you want to use the word cosmology, fine. And so Vedanta cannot accept this nothing, creation coming out of nothing at all, not acceptable for us. Okay? And so science also, science believes in it completely. Science will not accept all these statements. Thing came out of nothing and all. That's why it's a red rag. This Abrahamic idea is a red rag for all scientists. And so God created this and that. They won't accept all that. Not possible. But science talks about Big Bang. Big Bang. So what is Big Bang? They're struggling a little bit. Okay, a state of no information, state of singularity, all these words you must have heard. State of no information. Look at that. That's okay. We accept that. Why? We call it the same thing. Avidya. Look at that. State of no information, they are saying. It looks like they are in the right direction because final answer we have. We are not waiting for them to tell us the final answer. Avidya, that sushuptau, that avidya, which is very much there in that deep sleep, which is why I call total blankness and all. There was total blankness in deep sleep means what? That blankness is called avidya, or it is called karana shariram. Our Shastram gives a technical word. It's called Karana Shariram. Shariram, it gives a body-like status, you know. Sharira literally means we refer to this gross body. But the Sukshma Shariram, Karana Shariram, that avidya is called Karana Shariram. That state of unmanifest, where all my life, my entire life experiences, my identity is all collapsed into this state of unmanifest seed form. Okay, that seed form is called Karana Shariram. The seed has to be there. Only then next morning I can be who I claim to be. I have something to claim. That something to claim is very much there in Sushupti also. And that is called Karana Shariram. Okay. Not complicated. Just we have to be aware of these things because we have taken a lot for granted. And so we need to appreciate all this. And of course, Shastram says, Taittiriya Upanishad does say, Tasmadva yetasmad atmanaha akasha sambhuta. The Srishti, how it comes, Shastram is talking about. From Atma came Akasha. Akashad Vayuhu, Vayor Agnihi, Agner Apaha. From Atma only, not from Shunya. How people can get away like this? I don't understand. That is why the minute somebody walks away from the Veda in India, they will be respected but not taken seriously. Understand what I said? Anybody is respected for what you say. You come up with your own philosophy, we'll respect you for your buddhi. But big mistake, Swamiji once said, big mistake of Buddha is to say that Veda is not pramanam. That's it. Once you say Veda is not pramanam, then how can Shastrajnas accept that? Not possible. Anyway, so tasmadva ye tasmad atmanaha akasha sambhutaha. From an existing entity only, everything else can come. From non-existing, it can't come. Okay. And so that Karana Shariram, also called Avyaktam. Avyaktam. Okay, let me slow down here. Karana Shariram, we came back, right? So as far as this microcosm body is considered in that context, Karana Shariram, that unmanifest entity is called Karana Shariram. It is Avyaktam, no doubt. It is unmanifest. It is potential. Potential. Like you go to the terrace and then you drop a stone. The stone keeps on gaining speed, goes faster and faster. How? Did you push it? No. Did you pump it? No. Then what? Did you throw it? No. Then why is it picking up speed? They call, in the science we have learned this, potential energy. Potential. That potential is this Avyaktam. Okay? Potential. Potential. It feels as though it is just dumb object sitting there, but then it keeps on picking speed. Why? That potential energy is getting manifest as kinetic energy. That's what we learned in school and college. Potential. That potential is there. Everything in potential state, it is all there waiting for the next magic to happen. Okay. Next day to arise for me. So that is microcosm. Then macrocosm. Karana Shariram. Let's go back. Stula Shariram, Stula Prapanchaha. Prapanchaha. Prapancha means this Jagat. Stula Prapanchaha. Even the world can be analyzed the same way I am analyzing this body. And so, Stula Shariram, Stula Prapanchaha. Sukshma Shariram, Sukshma Prapanchaha. Karana Shariram, Karana Prapanchaha. Karana Shariram, also a technical word called avidya. Technical word for Karana Prapancha, Maya. Correct? Nothing should be new to you. Just different way of saying the same in a different context. And both this avidya or Karana Shariram and Maya, Karana Prapanchaha, or Avyaktam only. Avyaktam, when you say, you have to ask me, is it Vyashti, micro, or Samashti, macro? If it is macro, we will use the word Maya or Karana Prapanchaha. Or if it is micro, then we will say Karana Shariram or Avidya. That's what he's saying here. Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shaktihi. See how loaded it is, all these words. So this shloka is important. You can mark it as important and worth memorizing. So, This is the introduction I wanted to give for this shloka. Because avyakta, no? Sukshma to avyakta. Unmanifest, that's all it is. It need not be complicated. If I try to look for the unmanifest and all, unmanifest itself means, says the word. You can't look for it. You look for it, you won't find it. That is what is unmanifest. It is potential. You look at the object and you don't know it can pick up so much speed. It has so much energy, latent energy it has. You can't figure it out. It's potential. Kinetic, you can see, it's moving. But this thing is unmoving. Potential. And so, and there is a nice story from the Upanishad, where the father is teaching the son in Chandogya, where he explains all this. I'll come to that in the next class. We'll cover it casually, gradually. Okay. So we'll pause with this introduction to Karana Shariram, which we will continue in the next class with shloka number 31, Avyakta Namni Paramesha Shakti. Yeah, Dheeraj, I'll be back. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ